Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Now today's going to be a very quick video, but at the same time it's going to be a really long video. Today's going to be a very exciting video because once again, we're going to be going all the way through the room, throughout the aquaponics, zone 3, zone 2, and zone 1, even the germination room. We're even going to go a little bit behind the scenes and really show you guys exactly what we've been up to the last few days, because it has been a very busy last few days, and there's so much to talk about, especially with us getting minute by minute and second by second closer and closer to the opening day, the opening pre-day of Gulfport Produce on November 21st. It's getting more and more stressful to be able to get these plants growing very quickly. So today is going to be kind of the game plan video and informational plant tour. So before we do go and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go ahead and take this incredible tour and really talk about the plant. Now, you probably noticed it is night outside. It's about 6 outside right now, 6 o'clock, and I think it's very interesting because usually during the summer it will be very light outside, but it's kind of sad because during winter it's kind of depressing too, because it's very dark by the time it is dinner time, and usually we'll be looking outside, so it's going to take some time to get used to, because it is just very dark outside. But other than that, there's a lot going on indoors. Now, sadly, it is starting to get colder outside. I am hoping to talk about it a little bit in tomorrow's video, but we've done so much outside. We were pruning a ton of the bushes, getting all the plants winterized. Every single pot in the entire garden has been completely winterized, completely put away, and completely just kind of cleaned up. So there's nothing outside besides the 4 solar panels. So going throughout the system, there's a lot of planning to still do. And even though we do have about 3 weeks before the opening day, the opening pre-day of Gulfport Produce, there is a lot to do, and it's definitely getting a little bit stressful because I haven't gotten a lot done in the last few days. So, number one, a big accomplishment is getting a lot of the strawberries. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is an incredible indoor garden. This is actually just 2.0. We've been doing learning for about 3 years, and after a lot of learning and a lot of just innovations, a lot of testing and figuring new stuff out, we are completely ready to open and working with some of the most advanced technology in this room ever created. So we're working with some brand new LEDs. Those have done absolutely incredible, and thankfully they've done so well. The strawberries are finally starting to thrive in the room, and it is absolutely incredible. Now, there's a lot right here. There's about 150 strawberry plants, and I just ordered about 175 more. So I'm hoping the rest of these 4 shelves can be filled up, while these 2 shelves back here can be filled up also. I hope I ordered enough. I did the math and I ordered about 25 extra, just in case we do have a lot die out in the germination process, and there's still a chance I might not have enough in the ending. So we'll just have to see how everything does, but those are strawberries. For the opening day, I'd be very surprised if we even have some strawberries. And to be honest, the first strawberries produced will be very small. So I may just have them, or I may just get rid of them depending on how they are. But I'm going to assume and I'm going to predict about 3 more months before the strawberry plants are just ready to start producing strawberries every day. So going throughout the rest of the system, I'm going to be producing about 5 different types of microgreens, which is going to be incredibly exciting. But something on that is we're going to have 4 shelves producing that. Each row will be on a different week. So I'm thinking these 2 rows right here will be on a different week, while these 2 shelves down here will be on a different week. The thing is, they take about 2 weeks to grow. So I'm thinking, and they take about 3 to 5 days to germinate. What I'm thinking is, at the beginning of the week, maybe Monday morning, we'll be germinating everything throughout that day and watering everything. Then, by the time everything's harvested, that new batch of all those plants that were just germinated can go out here. The next week goes by, and then the other shelves are harvested, and then new germinated plants go on that. And by the end of that week, the ones that were just germinated can be harvested. So that way it can go just this week, boom, this week. So there's always some ready. That's also gonna be how it is with the cilantro. That's gonna be a little bit more difficult with the basil, the oregano, and mint. But something I'm also trying to figure out is should I not do as much oregano and mint? The basil I think will do pretty good, but the thing is, at the end of the day, what will you really have oregano with? Because, I mean, me personally, I don't think I've ever used just fresh oregano. I have used seasoning oregano, but just from what I can remember, I don't think I've ever used it, or if I have, maybe once. Mint, I've had it, it's really, really good, but the thing is, it's not really something I'd have daily or even yearly. I mean, I really just have to be like, you know what, I have some of this, might as well make the most out of it. I don't know if it's something I'd buy on a daily occasion though. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but what I'm saying here is, I wonder if instead of doing the entire shelf under that plant, I wonder if I could just do like let's say this is mint right here. We're gonna have boom and boom mint. So we at least have some. And the thing is, that plant takes a super long time to grow. So we might only be able to just have that in stock maybe once or twice a month. So that's not the best, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. Same thing with the oregano, but the oregano grows almost even slower. So we'll have to see how that is. So what I might do is to have maybe the bottom 2 rows under like cilantro or even more microgreens. We'll just have to see, but I'm gonna have to really think through that because there's a lot of things I could do. At the end of the day, it's not really about money, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have to make some sort of money in order to stay in business. So I'm trying to make the best financial situations in the beginning. As time goes by and we can really expand the setup, I really do want to work with just systems to be able to grow those longer growing plants. But for now, this room isn't horribly big. We can't grow like everything in here. So I'm trying to figure out the best things because demand on certain plants will be bigger than others. And I just don't know if the demand will be big enough for like the oregano and mint. So we will just have to see. But for now, I'm just going to plan on, I don't really know. I'm just going to have to really think about it a lot more, really just add up numbers and see what's going to be the best. But then again, I think throughout the entire room, the number one seller will be the strawberries. That's why I'm also getting so many strawberry plants in here. Going over here, parsley's all good because there's going to be 2 rows of parsley growing. I don't really know how it's going to look growing. I might do like the middle row is harvested this week, and the next week the bottom row is going to be harvested, and then same thing, and then those will be, we'll plant new plants. I don't really know because I'm thinking we're going to get 2 harvests out of both, but they take a super long time to grow in the system, so I don't really know. I'm also growing even more basil on the top, so I don't really know again about that because I mean there's going to be a lot of basil we're going to be working with in here. So I mean, and then again, I also harvested a ton of basil, and that's how much basil I got off of 1 row. So we're going to be growing a lot of basil in this room. The thing is, that is also way too overgrown for the room. I'm thinking, I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more, but for the most part, in order to make our stuff the cheapest, I might look into reusing the soil, which would just look like we would harvest the plant, put it in a pot for a while with just the soil, the roots dry up, and then after like maybe 2-3 weeks, maybe 2-3 months, we'll be able to take out a lot of those roots, reuse it, maybe chop it up a little bit, and reuse it in more plants. And that way we can make just the plants a little bit cheaper. Now then again, we're also working with coconut coir, so there are going to be salt minerals and stuff in it, so we will have to wash it out, which isn't anything big. So for the most part, once you wash that out, add maybe some new both mixes, it could be significantly better. So going throughout the rest of the system, the cilantro is going to be different too. Now, since the microgreens put off so much of a root structure and they don't use that much soil, I'm not going to be reusing that soil, but for cilantro, I might have to look into it. The thing is, cilantro is so cheap at the stores. I don't know if I can be able to make a profit if I'm spending $2 per pot on just soil. So I'm going to have to really think about it. There's a lot to talk about in the room. There's a billion things we could talk about. But the thing is, I'm looking at the most efficient ways, and at the end of the day, I could grow stuff so many ways, but I've looked through hundreds of different ways I could be growing it, and I just think at the end of the day, The goal is going to be able to have stuff in stock every week. Now, certain stuff will be out of stock this week, and then they'll be in stock next week, out of stock that week, and then in stock the next week, so 2 times a month. But it really depends on really how the room is. Over time, I really do want to scale and really get more shelves in here. But for now, I don't really know how much the EcoFlow can take. And eventually, when I do turn on the entire system, I have already, and it just tripped the entire system off. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to be able to have the entire system plugged in. Right now, none of the fish tanks are plugged into it, just in case the system would overload, the fish tanks wouldn't turn off. So I'm really looking at a lot of ways. I'm looking at more solar panels and stuff like that, and working with solar cells even more, which are just really, really cool to learn about. But I mean, there are so many things we're working with in this room, so many things that have happened lately, and I'm really hoping, well, I mean, tomorrow's gonna be a very busy day. Something I was really hoping to do today is starting to germinate plants, but I just wasn't able to get to that point today. I'm really hoping tomorrow I can be able to clean the aquaponic system, getting a lot of the plants ready to go in the aquaponic system. Now, they do need to grow and grow out their root structure a little bit more, but they're making significant progress very, very quickly. Now, going throughout this, I really do need to start germinating plants. Right now, I'm soaking the seeds for the mint, and the oregano is looking pretty good. Now, I don't really know what's happened with this oregano piece. I mean, it looks good, but at the same time, it doesn't look amazing. So I might look into using some of this and just seeing how it is. I might germinate even more just in case that doesn't work out. I'm also working with a little bit down here too. I'm also working with cilantro right there. And then these pots, that's I forgot the name, aquaponics plants right here. We got basil and parsley. Don't know why I forgot the name there. I was gonna say like aquaculture or something, but then right here I got oregano and cilantro. There's so many ways, and you can notice that I'm growing it in the pot right there. I'm growing it as many ways as possible to try and figure out what the most efficient way to grow it is going to be. I've grown it so many ways. Number one, I could grow it this way, and this way might be the best. Now, the chances of it molding is a little bit higher in this growing method, but I'm thinking for the goal of not using, just not spending a ton of money on soil and just saving money, we will be able to work with that. There's also a way I can work with like clear containers that are like this big, and I'll be able to put soil in that and figure that out. Then, I mean, these plants have kind of dried up and died out, but like I could do something like this. Now, this is the pot. The soil is not super cheap, and it's about $2.20 to fill it up. And by the time I can harvest that, I think I'm just gonna barely be breaking even. And for the goal of trying to make a profit where we can be able to work with new technology and be able to fund future projects, we really do need some sort of profit to grow and just give more opportunities throughout the room. So there's a lot of things we really need to plan. We don't have the website ready yet. I'm thinking for November 21st, there will be no website. We'll be just managing it through Facebook, and there's gonna be a very limited supply. Then on December 5th, I'm, fingers crossed, really hoping to have the website done. I don't know for sure, and theoretically I should probably have the website done before November 21st. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. That's also why the last like 3 days I've been filming at night, because the days have been so crammed full. I'm hoping for now I can just get in the room and work for much longer and get stuff done very quickly. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do. And I mean, I could talk forever and just say constantly, but I mean, it's kind of nice when I can talk out loud and really just talk to you guys about this. I'm hearing flaws in my system, in my design, so it's better because now I get to fix those, but there's definitely a lot to do. Tomorrow's gonna be a very, very big video, so if you guys do want to hit the bell notification so you don't miss that, I greatly appreciate it. But no, there's a lot to do in the room in a very short amount of time. So this week will be a massive week of just germinating plants, and I'm trying to figure out how our delivery system is going to be now. I'm thinking we will just do delivery, and that'll probably be a big one. We're also going to be doing pickup, but I'm thinking for delivery. Now, obviously, gas is not cheap, and in the economy right now, just paying for gas will destroy the delivery side of it. So I'm thinking I might charge like a $3 fee, and so we can make sure we're not delivering like one small thing of cilantro that costed them $1 to pay for and like 20 cents in tax. I'm going to cross my fingers, hope that Shopify gives us the option to do this. I'm hoping the customer will buy, we're going to have the customer buy at least $5 worth of products, and that way they'll be able to qualify for a delivery with a $3 fee, or I'm still kind of working out the numbers right now. But if the customer will buy over $10 worth of items, which might be a little bit difficult to hit now that I actually kind of think about it, but if they buy like all the microgreens, I guess they could get up there. Then it'll be free, a free delivery fee. There will be no fee. So I'm trying to figure that out, and I don't really know if Shopify will be able to do that. So I really need to watch like a billion videos later today and try and figure that out. But don't really know where to start there. But I think that could be really, really cool. At the end of the day, I really want to work with a lot of promotional type of stuff where the customer might be able to spend a certain amount and get a maybe a better deal. Or I'm thinking around like holiday seasons, we might be doing like 10, 20, 30% off. I don't really know how that's going to look, and financially that might not be the best situation, but we'll just have to see. There's so much to do in the room. It's kind of stressful in a way because for the most part I'm doing a lot of it, but then again, this is also incredibly enjoyable and incredibly fun. And when I first built 1.0, this is 2.0 by the way, when I first built 1.0, it was really, really small. I did want to start a store. Now, I was way above my head. I was really just overthinking and really just wanting to just grow a business. And it's kind of, I'm actually really glad my parents said no, because that business would have been really, really bad and I would have not been able to produce stuff. Because indoor farming is way harder than I thought it would be. But once you get to work with the technology, get the capital to be able to do something like this, and be able to learn, it's incredibly fun. Incredibly complicated, but incredibly fun. So I will say it's kind of awesome to think that I honestly didn't really think that I'd be able to start a business like this when, like 3 years ago when I first built the system. And it's kind of crazy to think that where the room is at right now with 3 towers for the aquaponics, having a massive glass aquaponics fish tank, growing strawberries in here, because I've had so many failures with growing strawberries indoors. It's just awesome to see this. And a huge system, over 13 shelves. It's absolutely incredible. But at the end of the day, I'm very, very grateful to be able to be doing what I'm doing, be able to open up this business and show the public what I've been working on the last 3 years, and really show the world what really Go Forth Produce can do with the future and just incredible technology. So if you guys do want to get a part of this, there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes, but please make a comment. If you guys have any questions about the system I'm using, if you guys want to maybe get one shelf in your house and grow maybe some basil for yourself, put down a comment. I'd love to answer some of your questions. If you guys want to know where I got my grow lights, where I got my shelves, I'd love to let you guys know. But at the end of the day, this is an incredible system, and me personally, I view this could be the future of farming. It just needs more learning, more capital, and just new technology. The technology needs to catch up a little bit more to where this is at, and I do think this could be the future of farming. Number one, we also do need to produce our own energy, like solar, to be able to power this, because if you don't make your own energy or make some sort of energy, it's not going to go good. That's also why I'm so into solar and producing some of it. A part of the room is powered by green energy, but for the most part, I'd say about 95% of the room is powered by AC power, and just, I think we get coal power in the Missouri area, but there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. So as always, kind of got a little bit on the souter area there, but it's incredible to see everything that's going on in the room. It's going to be awesome to be able to walk in this room in 2 months while we're open, selling incredible products and seeing the room absolutely filled with greenery and life. A little bit nervous about mold because right now it still smells incredibly green, like plants growing. So a little bit nervous about how it's going to smell in here when all those plants are growing. And I might have to look into getting a more powerful fan, bringing in more like carbon dioxide in the room, because there's a lot of really good oxygen in here. I mean, just breathing in it's incredible. But I do have dehumidifiers in here. I'll probably have to look at getting maybe an even more powerful one eventually, but there's a lot of great stuff going on. And for the most part, this is going to be the end of the video. You know what? Let's walk in here really quickly. So I did get a ton of seeds, and I really do need to build that shelf I was telling you guys about in another video. Those are the seeds I'm germinating. Not the best way, but it still works. Turning it around. This shelf has had a little bit of some work. We got more heating pads, so that's very exciting. So I'm thinking those 2 shelves will be designated for microgreens, while these shelves up here will be designated for really whatever else is next. Something that's been really horrible is I do have this room vacuum. That's just the robot vacuum comes in this room, so I have to leave the door open. But the thing is, the cord used to always sit on the floor and just go across here. So then when I got the vacuum, I had the cord go across here over to it so it didn't drag on the floor. But that was horrible, because every single time I needed to get to the bathtub to be able to water stuff, I'd have to go over it, and then it would just be horrible. So I ended up putting it over the door. So I'm really hoping that is just solves everything, because it's been really just a pain to be able to do that. But I mean, I just have one last thing to do today, and that's really to water the plants. I've done a really bad job at watering the plants the last like 3 days. So I mean, technically I should have watered like 2 days ago, but I didn't. So the plants are very dry. So I guess today I'm going to be completing that task and watering them, and then starting the 3-day countdown. But for the most part, yeah, once again, this is going to be the end of the video. So if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you don't miss every video, and please like this video. Thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys when we post next. Peace.